Good morning, dear students. I am teaching chapter 4. Name of the chapter 4 is the heat flow and temperature. Today I will tell you what is the sea breeze and what is the land breeze. I will tell you what is the sea breeze and what is the land breeze. What is the sea breeze? During the daytime, sun shines equally on the land and the sea. Sun shines, it is equally on the land and the sea. And when the temperature of the land rises, more rapidly as compared to the sea, and due to the specific heat capacity of the land is far less than the sea water, and then the air present above the land, it gets heated, and this hot air expands and rises. And this result in fall of pressure over the surface of the land. And then to make up for this fall in the pressure, the cold air from the sea starts blowing towards the land and give rise to the sea breeze. And what is the land breeze? During night, land as well as the sea lose heat, and the land loses its heat more rapidly as compared to the sea on account of its low specific heat capacity. And when the air above the land becomes colder than the sea, the warm air above the sea expands and rises up. Thus the air pressure falls over the sea. To make up for this fall in pressure, the cold air from the lands start blowing towards the sea, giving rise to the land breeze. What is the radiation? Transfer of heat energy from a hot body to a cold body directly without heating the space. Transformation means transfer of the heat energy from a hot body to a cold body directly without heating the space in between two bodies is called the radiation. And examples of heat radiation: when we sit in sun or in front of coal fire or electric heater, we feel warm. How does heat energy reach us? The heat energy reaches us by the radiation and directly from the hot body to the cold body without heating the space in between. What is the space in between? Without heating its space, directly reaches to you. And you can always say that heat energy might have reached us by conduction or convection. However, this is not the case. The following reason will prove it. The heat cannot reach us by conduction because air is a very poor conductor of heat energy. You know that air is a very poor conductor of heat energy, and the heat cannot reach us by the convection. This heat cannot reach us by the convection as the hot air rises upward rather than sideways. Furthermore, when we put a cardboard or any insulator between us and the source of heat, we no longer feel hot. This is a sufficient proof that air does not get hot by radiation. As a matter of fact, radiation requires no medium. And for example, the vast space between earth and sun is vacuum, a space which contains no molecule of matter, yet the heat of the sun reaches us. Following experiment prove that radiations can travel through the vacuum, and experiment to prove that heat radiations can travel through the vacuum. Take a flat bottomed flask. In the mouth of the flask you will fix a rubber stopper having two holes. You can see in the diagram 4.19, and then remove the air from the flask and by connecting to a vacuum pump, and record the temperature from the thermometer and place the flask in bright sunlight or in front of the electric heater, and it is observed that thermometer records a rise in the temperature, and the experiment proves that transference of heat by radiation requires no medium. So we can say that transference of heat by the radiation requires no medium. Radiant heat or thermal radiation. The heat energy which is transferred from a hot body to a cold body without being absorbed by the space between the hot and cold bodies is called the radiant heat or thermal radiation. The radiant heat is a kind of electromagnetic energy and similar to light energy. And what is the radiant heat or thermal radiation? The heat energy which is transferred from a hot body to a cold body without being absorbed by the space between the hot and cold bodies is called the radiation or radiant heat or the thermal radiation. Means transfer of heat energy hot body to a cold body without being absorbed by the space between the hot and cold bodies. This is called the thermal radiation. And the radiant heat is a kind of electromagnetic energy and it is similar to the light energy, and it travels at a space at a speed 3 into 10 to power 5 km per second. When it is absorbed by the some solid object, it raises its temperature, and it must be remembered that radiation is the fastest mode of heat transfer from a hot body to a cold body. Absorption of radiant heat by a body. As mentioned above, the radiant heat can raise the temperature of a body only if it gets absorbed by the body. And now radiant heat is the incident on the surface of some solid material, and it is a part of can be absorbed, and whereas a part of it can be reflected, and the absorbed part which is going to raise the temperature of the solid body, and the darker or blacker the surface of the body, more is the heat radiation absorbed. If it is dark in the color, then more heat absorbed, and higher will be the rise in temperature. If a body is white or shining, it has a polished surface, the most of the radiant heat is reflected from the surface of the body, and hence its temperature does not rise appreciably. And thus we can say that black bodies are good absorber of radiant heat, whereas the white or shining bodies poor absorber. So we can say that black bodies are good absorber of radiant heat, whereas the white or shining bodies are poor absorber or good reflectors of radiant heat. So activity 4.8, to prove black bodies are good absorbers and good radiators of heat, shining bodies are poor absorbers and poor radiators of heat. Activity materials required, and in this you will take 2 Celsius thermometer, black paint and iron stand. And method, what is the method? Take 2 identical thermometers and blacken the bulb, one of them with black shoe polish, and then suspend them from an iron stand as shown in the figure 4.20, and record the temperature of each thermometer, and it will be the same on both the thermometers. And now place the iron stand in bright sunlight or in the front of the electric heater for 5 minutes. It is observed that thermometer with the blackened bulb record higher temperature than the other one. And when the iron stand back in the room, observe the level of the mercury in each thermometer carefully. You can see fall in temperature in case of thermometer with the blackened bulb is more than one with the shining bulb. So by this activity it is proved that black bodies are good absorber and good radiators of heat, shining bodies are poor absorbers and poor radiators of heat. So we can say that conversely, hot black bodies are good radiators of radiant heat, whereas white or shining bodies are poor radiators of radiant heat. Applications of radiant heat. It is clear that from the above discussion, it is clear that darker bodies absorb or emit radiant heat energy better than the bodies of lighter color. So a lot of applications in our daily life. That is the first one is that it is more comfortable to wear white or light colored cloths in hot summer than the black cloths. This is because they absorb less radiant heat energy. Tea or coffee stays hot for a longer time in a shiny pot than a blackened pot. This is because the shining pot is poor radiators of radiant heat energy. And the buildings painted white or white light color stay cooler in summer as the white or light colors reflect most of the radiant heat energy coming from the sun. And the radiators of automobile engines are painted black because the black surface are good radiators of heat, and the undesirable of the cooking vessels is made black. Why? Because sides are made shiny. It is because the black undesirable absorb radiant heat rapidly from the fire, and the shiny sides do not radiate heat quickly. Thus the heat get trapped within the vessels, which gets hot rapidly. Formative assessment: by which mode of transmission of heat air in the room gets warm, and what name is given to the heat energy received from the sun? Why does a wooden spoon not get hot when used in stirring hot liquids? When does land breeze blow and why? Why do we wear white or lighter clothes in summer? Why do animals in cold countries have thick fur? So this is all about the oral questions, and when you will read this chapter you can able to give the answer of oral questions. And this chapter is completed, chapter 4 completed, only question answer is remaining, and tomorrow I will give you question answer. So what I given today till here you will take revision, and after that after that I will tell you exercises. Chapter 4 completed, heat flow and temperature completed.